Well, but I've been shut out. You know, some platforms will not have me on.
Why?
They don't like that I'm, you know, an independent thinker. I'm not part of the herd. I'm not part of the go along to get along with the gang.
We go so far back. Don't tell these people how far back we go.
I know, but I wear t-shirts. I don't know what that means. Anyway, all right, let's.
So, I have been posting my thoughts and my stance on this, but I haven't spoken directly because I don't know what to say.
Ellen DeGeneres is being blasted on social media after she spoke out in support of Diddy. And Ice Cube is exposing how Ellen, Oprah, and Diddy were working together to reshape the narrative.
You know what it is? It's your homeboy Ice Cube. And some of you may not have realized that I'm not part of the club. And a lot of you listening to me right here, right now, you're not part of the club either. And what I realized with the club is what makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part of it.
Ice Cube is one of the few people in the entertainment industry who isn't afraid to speak out, and he's been blackballed as a result. Ice saw firsthand how people in the industry were being controlled by greed and gatekeepers who wanted Diddy to get away with his crimes. Ice Cube saw it coming a mile away. He knew that it was only a matter of time before Ellen started lying again. And he knew that if he spoke out, it would have consequences.
I'm talking about the club of gatekeepers that we all gotta deal with. You know who they are, and they definitely know who they are. A lot of people would be like, what, who? Come on, man, stop playing. So, ever since I put out the contract with Black America, you know they've been here and there, this and that. But it's cool, you know. I expect that.
Ellen and Diddy go way back. Ellen invited Diddy on her show multiple times, and in her own words, she knew what Diddy was doing at his after parties. This isn't a random joke. Ellen knows exactly what she's talking about. We just didn't realize it at the time. Interestingly, Diddy even asked her if he could hold a party at her house once. Now that Diddy is behind bars, Ellen has decided to move to England. Is that really a coincidence? Or is she trying to escape conviction?
So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
Yes. Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seemed to show up.
No, well, is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's that? Now, what time would your party start, let's say?
Like 9:30.
Really? That early?
Yeah.
I could make that.
Yeah.
But I could think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party, though.
Uh-huh.
It'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
Mm-hmm. And then it will carry on there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then the after party.
Mm-hmm. No, I know about them. I'll listen to the music. I've heard that song, After Party.
Diddy's after parties were an open secret. Every major celebrity in the industry knew about them, and Ellen was a regular. Diddy obviously trusted her enough to ask her to host one of his freak-offs. And as soon as Diddy gets investigated, Ellen just randomly decides she's going to move to England. Give me a break. It couldn't be more obvious that Ellen is trying to run away.
They're losing their minds.
She sounded so sincere, didn't she?
Very sincere.
Virtually choke on her words. But the best one for me is Ellen DeGeneres, who is, by the way, a very nasty person. I've had dealings with her in Australia.
Oh. Oh, bit of
could I tell you some stories about that cow? But anyway, good riddance to her. But she was quite friendly with that P. Diddy bloke, wasn't she?
Well, this is why I say release the Diddy files.
Yeah.
Release the Diddy files. Come on, Donald Trump. We want to know whose name.
So maybe she's hightailing out of there before all that is thrown at her as well. But what a bunch of hypocrites.
It's almost as if Ellen was scared of Diddy snitching on her, and she wanted to get away. She even changed her looks completely and got rid of her social media during the start of the trial. Ellen was at Diddy's parties, and these parties involved some of the most powerful people in the world. Ellen knew that if Diddy's tapes ever came out, she would be behind bars too.
Ellen DeGeneres and her wife Portia de Rossi have reportedly fled the US, bound for the UK, after Donald Trump's landslide victory. Numerous publications are reporting the couple have left the United States permanently. There are also reports the couple have put their Montecito mansion on the market. Entertainment publication The Wrap has the exclusive story and said, Ellen DeGeneres and wife Portia de Rossi have moved to rural England, put their Montecito estate on the market and plan to never return to the United States, telling friends the election of Donald Trump was their primary motivation. Ellen DeGeneres has been a vocal Trump critic, so the move doesn't come as a surprise to most.
Really bad. If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be?
Does one of us have to come out alive?
Ellen DeGeneres has been seen rocking a new hair color since moving to the UK. The comedian changed her signature blonde look to brunette as she was seen enjoying a night out with friends at a pub called The Farmer's Dog. Ellen went out with her wife, Portia de Rossi, and a few friends, including the Torn singer Natalie Imbruglia. Sources told TMZ earlier this week that Ellen and Portia moved to England because of Donald Trump's re-election. They have reportedly settled into their new home in the southwest region of England, but they purchased the property before the election.
The secrets that Ellen is hiding are much darker than just being a freak at some parties. Reports of sexual assault on the set of Ellen's show started to come out. These reports detailed how Ellen's nice guy act wasn't true in the slightest. And behind the scenes, Ellen was both. And this is the same thing we saw with Diddy. On the surface, he was fun and nice. But when no one was looking, he was the worst person you could be around. This was who Ellen was best friends with.
Yo, Ellen, we go so far back. You don't tell these people how far back we go.
I know, but I wear t-shirts. I don't know what that means. Anyway, all right, let's...
I mean...
You hold that.
Okay,
all right.
I keep this. Take two if the joke didn't work. I
okay.
I don't want no problems.
No, it's okay.
No, hold on. Hey, so, cheers. Hey! Ellen, I heard you were sick, and look what I got you. You're poor.
Notice the man standing behind Diddy and Ellen. This is where the story takes an even darker turn. Stephen Twitchboss was an executive producer of The Ellen Show and stayed on with Ellen for almost 8 years until the show ended in 2022. On December 13, 2022, Stephen ended his life. No one knew why Twitch had taken such a drastic step until a note was recovered where he was allegedly blaming Ellen.
We're learning more tonight about the tragic suicide of Stephen Twitchboss and the detailed steps he took to hide his plans. TMZ is reporting when Twitch left his home the day before his suicide, he took an Uber to a motel about a mile away. At the motel, he switched his phone to airplane mode so no one could reach him. The motel manager says he checked in under his own name and never left his room. We also now know that Twitch left his note. Details have not been made public, but TMZ reports the note alluded to challenges Twitch had faced in the past. Entertainer Tyler Perry knows firsthand what that is like.
I want to take you back to a time in my life where I tried to commit suicide a couple of times because it was so dark. I thought the only way to make this better, this pain go away, is to end my life. Had any of those attempts happened, I would have missed the best part of my life.
Hey, everybody. Everyone is in pain and trying to make sense of it, and we'll never make sense of it. And the holidays are hard, I think, anyway. But to honor Twitch, I think the best thing that we can do is to laugh and hug each other, and play games and dance and sing
The comedian hired Twitch for her talk show back in 2014.
Over a decade ago, I met someone who changed my life and our show. And I'm talking about you, Twitch. Come here.
He was the in-house DJ until the series wrapped earlier this year.
And I know it seems hard, it seems impossible, but that's how we honor him and hug each other and tell each other we love each other and let people know we're there for them and check in on people.
Allegedly, Ellen had taken Twitch to one of Diddy's parties after introducing him during one of the episodes, and Twitch became caught up in something he just wasn't ready for. A note discovered in Twitch's house explained everything. Twitch told his wife, Allison, that he had been pressured into silence and that people close to him, even Ellen, were not who they claimed to be. People online are now connecting the dots. Ellen's name has come up in the same conversations as Diddy's, both surrounded by people who died under mysterious or tragic circumstances.
Let's get to it. As you may have heard, this summer there were allegations of a toxic work environment at our show. And then there was an investigation. I learned that things happened here that never should have happened. I take that very seriously, and I want to say I am so sorry to the people who were affected. I know that I'm in a position of privilege and power, and I realize that with that comes responsibility, and I take responsibility for what happens at my show. This is the Ellen DeGeneres Show. I am Ellen DeGeneres. My name is there. My name is there. My name is on underwear. We have had a lot of conversations over the last few weeks about the show, our workplace, and what we want for the future. We have made the necessary changes, and today we are starting a new chapter.
And it's not just Ellen who was involved in covering up Diddy's crimes and reshaping the narrative. Some of the biggest names in Hollywood, including Oprah, were right there with them. Public fallout show just how complicated and controlled the entertainment world can be. Stay informed, stay curious, and remember, the story isn't always what you see on the surface.